Yo, what's going on, hunters? It is me, Morvi, and I'm here with a day one walkthrough. Today we are completing the auto fighter Sky Survivors. This game is somewhat similar to games we played in the past, such as Vampire Survivors and Brotato. The cool unique part about this title is that it is on a 2D plane. The further you progress, the more obstacles spawn and let us climb up the stage. I'm here to show you how quickly we can get the achievements and if the game is any good. There is also a Windows version, so there is always more Gamerscore to collect. Now, this game is published by the core lads over at Desert Water Games, so I'm going to expect there is an update down the line at some point. There is 1000 Gamerscore up for grabs currently, so let's do this. So, first things first, we're going to make things easier for ourselves. Go into the options menu and turn on auto aim and show crosshair. This will make the run 100 times easier. Once we've done that, we can hit the big play button. Now we get to meet our character, Carolyn, or Caroline. Now we get to meet our first character, Caroline. We only have the option to play as her at the moment, but I am low-key in love, so that is okay. The achievements on this game are super simple. For the most part, we need to run the game once, and as long as we aren't super bad, you should easily get all the achievements in one go. 2 of the achievements are linked to unlocking new characters and guns, but that is super simple, and we'll do that shortly. I will say all the characters have that waifu aesthetic to them, so if you're pixel inclined, then this game is for you. Once that is complete, press start and click auto aim. Now we're in the game. Sadly, we only see the back of our waifu's head. Now, that is a positive for some and a negative for others. Do with that as you will. This title is a roguelite, so each run will be slightly different. As I said, if you're a pro, you will only need to do this once anyway. With the auto aim on, it is super easy. All you need to do is run around and let your gun blast away at the enemies. Each kill we get gives us XP, and with enough XP you will level up and be able to choose an upgrade. It did take me a while to see that the XP bar is the tiny one below our health. As I said, it plays identically to Vampire Survivors and Brotato, so expect the first few levels to be a complete breeze. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't really spend too much time reading the level up abilities. I quickly scanned them and chose the ones that gave all positive stats and the ones that triggered extra damage. I ended up going for the extra XP and skill choice. At the time, I had sod all idea what this meant, but it means on my next level up, I'll have an additional ability to choose from. A lot of these upgrades are based on what gun you choose at the beginning, and since we only have the pistol, a lot of them are bouncy bullets and bullets going through other enemies and stuff like that. You've probably noticed these little flowers on each side of the map. These little guys will pop out HP every so often, so keep that in mind. I always wanted to stay as full HP as possible, as I know with these types of games, it is very easy to get swarmed very quickly. We will also start seeing mobs with crowns on their head. I believe these are the elite mobs of the game, so make sure to focus on them pesky boys, as they are big and chunky. Speed is key with this game, as if you look in the top middle, we are fighting against the clock as well as these flying nuisances. The quicker you kill, the quicker you level up, so make sure you keep on running. Every so often there is a boss to contend with. I believe they are linked with the clock, so as I said, speed is key. Thankfully, the first one isn't too much of a problem. This golden fluff ball isn't too hard to deal with, and they haven't even really got an attack. It will hone in on you until it's close enough to munch your face. If you've been grabbing a couple of the upgrades, this will be over before you know it. After each boss fight, we get to choose from a special power-up. Again, I didn't look too much into them, I was picking things that were going to help me in the short term. After each boss encounter, the map gets higher. More obstacles appear and we can climb up. We also get the ability to open chests and get upgrades. There is an achievement to get 3 chests in one session. Chests appear as we open up the map. They are in bubbles that we either need to stand in for a certain amount of time or kill a certain amount of enemies. This one is probably going to pop a little later, but we can start grabbing them right away. The first achievement we're going to be grabbing is leveling up our waifu to level 10. As I said, this is super easy, as the more you kill, the quicker we level up. Also, after each level up, we get to choose a new ability, and some of the time there is an ability to give us an XP boost, so bear that in mind if you want to level up quicker. As you can see, I start grabbing different attack styles as I thought this would keep them from surrounding me. I feel like this title is a lot more forgiving than others in the genre, so a majority of the power-ups will really help you. There are very few that are a bit naff. I chose items that would pretty much kill multiple enemies at once and keep them at bay, while I stayed on the move. We have a bit of leveling to do now, so run around this map and kill as many as possible as quick as possible, because we've got to get to level 10 for that achievement. There is nothing in between us from level 7 to level 10, so I am going to skip a little bit just so I'm not wasting your guys' time. By level 17, it does get a little bit lively, as you can see here, so grab as many weapon upgrades as you can. The axe is very good, the blades that go around you when you move are great. Pretty much anything that gives you a projectile or a additional attack is going to be very beneficial here. I did personally pile on the physical damage, but a lot of these enemies are quite weak, so bear that in mind. Once we've leveled up 10 times, we'll get our first achievement, and as soon as our achievement pops, we'll be seconds away from our next one, 500 kills. Now we need to farm. I will speed up this part slightly, but we are now aiming for 3,000 kills. There is a 1,500 kill achievement in between that, but we're going for the end goal, which is 3,000. Every other achievement on this game is on the route to 3,000 kills, so that is going to be our main objective. So, please don't die. You can get health upgrades, so if you're finding yourself taking a little bit too much damage, you can always grab 1 or 2 of them for safety. As you can see, if you're somewhat familiar with platformers, the controls are very smooth and getting around the map is super fluid, so it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. Also, don't forget the flowers do throw out health, so if you do find yourself taking a bit of damage, jump down and grab some freebie HP. As you can see with a few aggressive power-ups, the enemies can't really get near you at this level, so it's best to play aggressive. One item you should look out for is the ability to double jump. I do not get it in this run, but it makes getting around the map so much quicker. The blade fan is also very, very handy, as the more you move, the more it pops, so make sure you grab that as quick as possible. The shield is also another great item to pick up, as it pretty much gives you a safety net if you get hit a few times. If my hunch is correct, then the second boss will appear around the 14 to 15 minute mark. This slimy boy may look delicious, but he's a bit of a pest. He has also got an achievement inside him, so kill him. He is very similar to the first boss in that he'll keep on coming at you, but other than that, he won't really pose a massive threat. Once this little lad blows up, we'll get our next achievement, Slime King. Now that Mr. Slime King is in the ground, we get a couple more new objectives, then we can throw the game. As I said, we are aiming for 3,000 kills, and by level 15, we should be getting the achievement for 1,500. We also need one more boss, the Moth. We have about 3 minutes or so now to get our grind on. Also, don't forget that every time we down a boss, another part of the map opens. There will be new items to collect via the chests. Just a reminder, we need to open 3 chests to get an achievement. The achievement does say 3 chests in one session, but I believe that means if you close the game, that is your session ended, because I got 2 in this run, and then I got 1 on a second run, and then my achievement popped. So I think the wording is a little bit off there, so as long as you get 3 chests in one sitting, doesn't have to be the same level, then you'll get the achievement. We don't really see many new enemy variants for a while now, just a lot more on screen, so make sure you have your running shoes on. When picking power-ups before this boss, I would suggest getting more projectile items or damage, as you don't really want to be close. This boss does have a charge attack. This can be easily avoided by jumping, but it is even easier if you aren't in range. Unlike the last 2, this cute little thing wants our blood, and it has a couple of attacks to watch out for. It isn't difficult to dodge, but compared to the first 2, it is a rabid dog. It doesn't have a health bar, so at one point I even questioned if it could be taken down, but keep at it as it is doing damage. Don't forget to clear the other enemies around you also. This isn't going to be a quick fight, so keep adding to the kill count for the other achievement. One thing I did forget to mention is you might have seen a green diamond follow me around shooting the enemies as we go. Now you can pick this item up at level 1. Just to the right of me now, in the top right of the screen, you will see the little object. Every 1 minute and 45 seconds, it will spawn there. And I'm telling you, it is one of the best pickups in the game, so make sure you've always got it off cooldown when it can be used. As I said, this one is going to be a long fight, so you might use it a couple of times against this moth. But as you can see, the attacks aren't super hard to dodge. The hardest one is the charge. The range attack is very easily dodgeable, so that's not a big issue. Again, if you're taking any damage, make sure you pick up the health on the left and the right of the screen by the flowers. But other than that, keep killing all the enemies as you can, grind up to 3,000 kills, and pretty much once we get this moth down and the 3,000 kills, we are done in the game. So keep pushing on. Again, do not forget to unlock this chest right here. You don't have to get it right away. You can do what I'm doing now, is get the majority of that timer down and come back to it once the moth isn't trying to eat your face. But we do need 3 to get the achievement. Now we can get this one, and then there's one once we kill the moth, and then we'll get the 3rd one once we die. Don't you worry, we're going to get that achievement. But for now, keep on pushing, and that moth is dead. We started at 11 minutes, and he's dead by 8 minutes 14. So it's going to be a bit of a grind, but we'll get our next achievement. Once the cute little moth is down, we are pretty much done with this game mode. Do not unalive yourself just yet, as we want to grab the next chest that spawns after the moth is gone. Grab that and we'll be on 2 out of 3. We also need to grind the last few kills for our 3000 kills achievement, so hold your horses and don't jump out just yet. The 3000 kills achievement will pop very shortly after the moth, so get on your grind. I got it in my last 6 minutes, so get that, and then once that's popped, we'll get our last few achievements. Our last couple of achievements are linked with unlocking new items and characters, as well as finding our final chest. Now, I could lie to you and tell you that I'm a master Sky Survivor, and I beat the game on my first attempt, but that would be a lie. I carried on playing up until I had 3 minutes left, and sadly I fell to my death. As you can see at the end of the round, it shows me how many points I've earned, and it seems to be linked with how many kills I got. For all the unlock achievements, we need a total of 1200 points. 800 for a character, 400 for a weapon, and the minimum you can spend on an upgrade is 100. So, in total, we need 1200. I'm not 100% sure on the conversion rate on kill to points, but I'm sure if you get the moth down, we'll have more than enough to spend. I only leveled up another 3 times, I believe, after the moth before I died. So I would suggest playing on a little bit until you perish, just get a few extra kills in, just so you make sure you have enough to spend on all of the upgrades at once. As you can see, we have a bunch of different characters to choose from, and I wasn't sure which one to pick, so I went with Kira, and I'm sorry Caroline, Caroline, whatever your name is, but Kira is my new girlfriend. Get to the back of the line, love. And next up, we're going to unlock our weapon. All of the weapons are for 400 points, so pick the one that sounds the coolest to you. I personally went with the plasma gun. And now, finally, we're going to go over to the far right of the screen. All of these are upgrades for our character. They are all worth different points, so find the one that is worth 100 and buy that. I just went for the one that sounded the coolest. I had enough extra to spend on whatever. I'm probably not going to come back to this game until there is an achievement update. So I thought, you know what? Let's go all out. And there we have it. There is another free achievement, just like that. Now we have one more achievement, and that is to get our last chest. So we're going to take our new character and our new weapon into the game, and we're going to press play. We now get the option for 3 different game modes. Our options are Bullet Hell, Standard, or Deck Builder. Now, I personally went with Bullet Hell, as it does say this is how the game was intended to be originally. I thought this meant that I'd get chests a lot more frequent, but annoyingly that isn't the case. You start off at minute 12 and the chest appears at minute 7, so you do have to fight for 5 minutes before you get your chest. But we do have a new shiny plasma gun to defend ourselves. Now this thing is an absolute beast, so I pretty much just ran around half AFK in it until I got to the 7-minute mark, and when I saw that chest pop up on the screen, I ran over to it and unlocked it. And that's what got my final achievement. So I would suggest do the same as what I did, go to Bullet Hell, as I'm not sure if Standard or Deck Builder has the opportunity for more or less chests, or if there's even any chests on them game modes. I'm going to assume there are, but I'm not 100%. If you did complete that first run, you would already get this achievement, but if you're like me and died just right at the last second, then this is the last one, and we are all complete. That is 1000 Gamerscore, added to our accounts. Congratulations. Don't forget, there is also a Windows version, so far we're looking at a 2K stack. Now, like I said, if I know Desert Water Games, there is going to be an update down the line. There is also a lot more to unlock, so I'm imagining that's what it's going to be. But until next time, I've been Morvi, and I'll see you later. Happy hunting.